Zombie apocalypse.
Yo, mic check, 1, 2, what is this? You're now tuned into Imperfect Sense right here on Unified Radio.tv. I'm one of four hosts, one of four moderators, one of four opinionated brothers that make up this podcast called Imperfect Sense. I go by the name of Eric E. Mr. Dawson, whatever it is you call me, please do not call me a fucking midget. And to the left of me, I got the bully Kanyes in the building. Conway's in the building. Hey, shout out to Andy and Flesh. You know, Andy and Flesh, they're not on here. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. They're not fired. They're not furloughed. They're not none of those things. They're just not here. So I get
white sand.
Because people keep asking, where are the guys? Did you fire them? I don't have the power to fire them. Like
they're on white sand. Well, not together.
I don't. Maybe they are.
Oh.
Maybe they are. But shout out to Andy. Andy and Flesh isn't with us today. But we do have, and with a lot of the fan base and the ladies been saying that we always need a female voice on here, even though we say we do the show on purpose for the men to have a voice. But we love to change it up just a little bit. And back for a second time, back like she never left, the author, the mother, the entrepreneur, Miss Taria. You thought I was going to mess your name up?
Yeah.
I know you did.
I know you did. I was sitting there waiting for the alley. He was like, Taria.
Because I seen her knee doing this. Her knee was like, because I be like that too when people get ready to mess my name up and call me Eric. That ain't my name. My name is Eric. E-R-I-C. That's not my name. That's why people just call me E, because they get tired of me complaining about saying my name wrong.
He hates the shit, so I keep doing it.
Yeah.
He wants every fucking
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Eric.
Yeah, when somebody like they jot my, what's your name? I say my name is Eric. They write E-R-I-C. I'm like, who's that? They're like, that's not my name. I used to do that shit in school. I used to get in trouble in school for that. Write your name on the board. You up here, I'll be standing looking around like, that ain't me. That can't be for me. That's not my name. And people tell me it's not a big deal. It is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's my fucking name.
I correct people too, and I used to ignore the teachers.
Yeah.
After I corrected. And as I got older, I tell everybody it's Maria with a T. It's easier for them to remember.
Yeah, it was easier for me to remember that way too, because I'll be off a little bit. But the energy's high. The energy's great. How is everybody feeling today?
Awesome and amazing, as my shirt says.
Awesome and amazing. You made that?
Yes, this is one of my brands.
See? Entrepreneur at its finest. I used to make shirts too.
Oh Lord, we see that.
Oh my God.
I was waiting.
Yeah, I used to make shirts, and he used to sit there and watch.
Okay. So you used to make the shirts. You used to supervise.
Okay. I'm a good supervisor.
Oh,
like,
look at the font.
Somebody got to be the foreman of the room. Somebody got to lead. Somebody got to tell the sharecroppers what to do. You know what I mean?
Use this font.
You see?
Never seen a
Puffy don't touch the buttons, man.
To
Puffy don't touch the buttons. He just tell people how the beat's supposed to go. He don't touch the buttons. Everybody don't have to touch the buttons to be produced. Sharecropping. That's how I said it. It's sharecropping.
You used to be outside now. I'm outside.
Energy's great. Especially with all this turmoil, because my man Putin is on his fuck shit. Out here just bombing people for no reason, but we ain't gonna.
Yo, it's not funny, yo. They called the fucking truce, so yo still shelled the ass.
Yeah, like he doing too much, man. But prayers to the people in the Ukraine, prayers to people in Russia that are actually against this.
Yeah.
Prayers to everybody. Like every so often we got somebody that just wants to dictate what's going on with everybody in the world, and right now we living through that again.
And prayers for the American spy, Brittany Graham.
Yeah, she's still detained, right?
The American spy.
She's not a spy. American basketball player was Brittany Griner. That's her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's still being detained, but I've been telling people all week, when you think you're having a rough day, a rough week, you could be living in the Ukraine. So just go ahead and just count your blessings and say thank you to the Most High, God, Jesus, whatever it is that you pray to. Even if you're an atheist, say thank you to somebody. Thank your parents. Yeah.
Thank you to the devil for whoever, because a lot of y'all praise him. So
Absolutely. So check this out, everybody. If this is your first time tuning in, watching, viewing the Imperfect Sense Podcast, first and foremost, please subscribe to everything you see Unified Radio, everything you see, subscribe that says Imperfect Sense. That is us, an Imperfect Sense Podcast. But that's what I said. I said us.
You said us.
I said us. Like, you know, I got big teeth.
You said chip.
Us. I ain't say nothing but no potato chips. But like I said, if this is your first time, we be with a lot of fuck shit because we talk about everybody, including ourselves. So if it happens in the public eye, we talk about it on this podcast. We do not subscribe to cancel culture because we say what we want. So if you're sensitive about your race, religion, gender, sexuality, or politics, this is not the pod for you. You will be offended, and we do not care.
No.
Because we love when the comments comes, the DMs comes, the emails come. We don't care.
Yes.
He responds, Conway.
Yes.
Flesh responds. Andy responds sometime. I don't give a fuck. Skip. As soon as I see these long, skip. Skip.
I'll respond to you.
No, I'm not. If it's not positive, I'm not responding.
You need
to
a friend.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Have a good day in the comment section after you write this whole essay about how you don't like what we said or what we done. So
I'll be your therapy.
Therapy. Speaking of therapy, I'm glad you said that because that therapy's gonna kick this shit off. Yeah. My brother Kanye. My brother Kanye West. And I'm so glad I got a female in the room today about this one.
That's my guy again.
They say Kanye has a mental issue. I don't.
No, you don't.
I don't believe so. You know, that's just me. But he's going through this thing with his divorce with his wife
with
that's going on her third failed marriage. We'll talk about that later. Third failed marriage. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that later. But all the antics going online trying to get his wife back, his family back under the same household. First of all, as a female, how do you feel about what Kanye is doing? As far as trying to get Kim's attention, trying to prove that she don't need to leave the house. I just want to hear some honesty in this.
My thing is, if he wasn't in the limelight, it wouldn't matter. If he was an average Joe, it wouldn't matter. So I think it's unfortunate that they have to do this in the limelight because they're just like any other family, and they have kids, and it's pulling both things. But we all know Kanye has a strong personality, so I don't expect nothing less from him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna end up like Lamar Odom.
Well, he's engaged right now, so.
Not to a Kardashian?
No.
No, it took a while though.
Yeah, it did take a while. He healed and got his life together.
He got healed.
But I think he just needs to go about it a different way. I just think that they need to have a conversation. It's just a real conversation between them two, and she know who Kanye is. So I'm quite sure none of this surprises her either. And it shouldn't because you had children with this man.
She act like it is.
And that's what I don't like when people act like, oh, I didn't know he was going to be like this. Ma'am. He wore a whole mask thing.
He's definitely
different.
He's different. Different doesn't make him crazy.
It don't make him crazy.
Different doesn't make him weird. And the only reason why that we're talking about about Kanye is because you know on this part we don't really focus too much on what's going on in music and entertainment, so unless it's just in context of a conversation. Like other podcasts, other media platforms, they all follow in the same format that you jump on these rappers and singers and actors bandwagon just to have an interview and talk about the same redundant shit each and every pod. But this one fits in context of everyday life. As far as when people go in breakups and you know, I'm not gonna say any of us done it, but you know, brothers who've played crazy to try to get their woman back. You know what I'm saying? I believe this is one. I believe this is one of these situations, but I believe what he's doing is a reaction, and we haven't paid attention to the action.
Actions, true.
We don't know what's going on in that house. We don't know what's going on in Kardashian households. Period, because a lot of these motherfucking men are going crazy. That's dealing with these Kardashians. You know what I'm saying? They going nuts. But the point that I wanted to bring up was the fact, Game and Kanye dropped a record this week, right? Called Easy. Record fire. The record is crazy.
Like, I love when the Game talking about how you put dick in Kim K mouth. That one. What Kanye on it? You talking about that one, right?
I don't remember that particular verse. But maybe I need to listen to it again.
That's what he remembers, though.
But of course he would, because that's all. Never mind. We'll talk about that off camera. But the video actually came out, right? And in the video, it was a depiction of who Kim is currently seeing, Pete Davidson, comedian on Saturday Night Live, getting his head decapitated, right? So now people are saying, hey, this has gone too far. This is stalking. This is bullying. And I'm like, hold up. Wait a minute. Pause. This the same.
I gotta watch that video.
This is the same Pete Davidson that works on Saturday Night Live that has been mocking Kanye, right?
Yeah, for years.
Yeah, Pete Davidson's platform is on NBC. On Saturday Night Live is a big platform. Kanye's platform is a little different. He's a musical artist, so it's going to come in the
different.
Yeah, it's gonna come in music. It's going to come on a video like that.
And because it's not a funny the way the other guy is, everybody thinking he's
exactly.
Like that,
everybody think, oh man, this is dangerous for Pete. It's dangerous for Kim. First and foremost, they asked y'all straight up, was you fucking with Pete Davidson? Let's not skip over the fact that Pete Davidson was fucking a married woman. See, people forget that action. They just worry about what Kanye did. For me, if that was me, I'm doing the same shit. Yeah, I'm going to make you feel it.
She try to act like she want to fuck with that man.
All pussy ain't good pussy. And now Pete Davidson sitting back like, man, I think I fucked up.
Oh, deleted his Instagram and shit.
Really?
Trying to put this is what I don't like. I don't like.
Started putting skeet underneath of your name.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's playing victim, bro. Like recognize your action in this situation.
Yeah.
You were fucking a married woman. You were fucking a billionaire's wife.
His
resources are different.
Yeah, you can't put all of it on Kanye. You have to take accountability.
Can you repeat that as a woman? You can't do what?
You can't put it all on one person. You
No.
Kanye.
Okay.
Because you have to hold accountability for yourself. Mm-hmm. Y'all knew what y'all was doing. Okay, y'all wasn't. Well, a lot of people look at separation as divorce, which is
it's not divorce.
It's not divorce.
You're still my wife. I'm still your husband.
So a lot of people think that when you're separated, I can do what I want. No, you really still can't until you're really fully divorced. But some people don't look at it that way.
Some people do. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't move on, right? Everybody has the right to love who they want to love. But don't do something and then when somebody reacts like, oh my God, I don't know why it's doing it.
Right.
You know, I mean, anytime you got to fight to go find with your child's birthday party,
that's
who we've been talking about that on this pod. Men that are trying to be fathers and they get kind of pushed to the side.
And that's the thing, seeing how far he's going to make sure he finds out where his child party is, lets you know what type of father he is.
Not only that, lets you know what type of female that Kim is behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Because like that right there sparked a whole light bulb in my head. Like, because she's not saying shit, the Kardashian show ain't showing none of this shit.
You're not gonna show her a negative light about this.
But
anyway.
that's the thing. Her story is her and Kanye. So that like they're gonna show some of that shit because she don't have no storyline without it. Like they're not gonna chase her and Pete fucking Davidson around. And him watching looking like a fucking bug with like they're not doing that. But the thing is, with he's showing the other side now, like I had to go fucking look for my son, my daughter party. Thank God I got a friend in Travis Scott that like, yo, I don't give a fuck about whatever. Yeah, like I don't care about whatever y'all saying. Then now even Kim came out and said that she was upset with Travis because he's still a friend to Kanye. So now you're trying to alienate his fucking friends.
Trying to dictate who he should be friends with.
Like it's like who
you making people that love the children essentially pick sides. You get what I'm saying? But what Kanye going through is what we've talked about on previous shows here is what a lot of men go through. Like you had to fight to see your child on their birthday because you got a new man. So the new man is more welcome at the child's birthday party than you are just because y'all not together. That's some bitter baby mama shit.
It is. It is. I can't even lie. It is.
That's crazy.
See the shit. I'm happy that what's his name of the crooked tooth one that be with Kanye. Consequence. Crooked tooth. He the one that wrote Jesus walk.
This is why I be needing somebody else in the room because he goes far left. Like I was trying to think. I really started thinking about who the fuck got a crooked tooth.
He was on level.
Everybody got a crooked tooth.
No. He has a fucked up tooth. His name Consequence.
Okay.
Bald head.
Rapper Consequence.
Yeah.
Right.
He pulled up, like he said remember when Kanye was recently on that shit, like, and you know him.
I know what you're speaking on. Go ahead, finish. Yeah.
He said like motherfuckers keep blaming Kanye, but no one's talking about how if he wasn't there, Pete Davidson and fucking the black boy that he had
they pressed up on
Kanye and shit, and was trying to tell Kim come on, and Kanye like, no, she going with me. And he was like, he stepped in like, I would beat the fuck out of both of y'all. You know what I mean? And Kanye like, no, I gotta get at these bitches. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, those are the stories that need to come out, because one side looks like this motherfucker going down a downward spiral, like he just can't leave alone. The other side is now have to be like, nah, bro, like, yo is reacting to the shit that she's trying to play. Like, you the shit I don't really like, I really feel as though like she capitalized because his mother died. She capitalized off of that. She knew he was looking for a shoulder. He was going through some shit. He went into a spiral because that also brought the disdain between him and Jay, because of people don't realize that her and Beyonce had a fallout because of some shit that she tried to put on her show. That's what the fallout for. And he like, oh well, like he took the side of his woman.
I don't understand why people don't understand.
Like that man is just
even looking at his recent documentary, you see the change when mom did die. People mourn different.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And it doesn't.
Some
they
people
don't get over it in a year.
Yeah, some people it take them years upon years to really essentially move on from somebody that they really close with. Like, you know, we look at like these entertainers sometime and we just want them to be superheroes because what we want to see out of them. We want the great content, we want the great music, we want all of that. So we want them to kind of like snap back into it. But first of all, if you've never really worked in that world, it's kind of hard to get balance to snap back because you're really surrounded by people that are essentially fucking with you because of what they can get out of you. So when you need somebody that you can really lean on, subconsciously you don't know if they are the person you can lean on because you don't know why they're there really in the beginning. Like why are you here? Are you here because you really my friend, or you here because of business? You get what I'm saying? So when you trying to mix the two, it get a little shaky,
and that's why I always said that shit, like, yo, when he first started going on the deep end real bad, people started turning. I always say, yo, he's grieving his mother because I know how that shit feel. I've seen that shit in me, bro. Like, but it wasn't like no one give a fuck about me because I ain't on his level,
right?
But it's just like I know what the fuck, like. I know what it feel like your mother passed, and you gotta keep fucking going. You can't grieve that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't grieve it,
especially when you're an only child. Especially when you're an only child.
So like you got like a lot of people don't understand that shit.
You don't have your siblings. Yeah, you don't have siblings.
Even if you have someone like you who parent died, it's still not the same.
It's not.
And I got to take what he's saying as 100% fact because he did lose his mother. He is an only child. You get what I'm saying? Like it's the so, and when he says it, I gotta believe it because I haven't lost my mother yet. God, you know what I'm saying? I haven't, but I did lose my grandmother, who did raise me. Shout out to my mother. My mother was still there, but I live with my grandmother. So when my grandmother passed, I had siblings to lean on. They could lean on me. My mother had her siblings. Everybody has somebody to lean on, but somebody that's the only child, and then you're left with their responsibility of not only mourning, you have to plan their funeral. Everything is essentially on your own. Like
that's a fact.
It's that's crazy. That's crazy, and I wish that when she did die, you know what I mean, because she died definitely too young, that he really did have more family, you know what I mean? Because if I'd have known Conway when his mother passed, I didn't meet Conway yet. And let's say Conway is on a social level, of a Kanye West. I'd have told everybody that's around him that's doing business that I know is just there for this shit coming to a cease right now until we figure this shit out. You know, and I wish more people in his family would have stepped up and said, hold up, there is no touring. We're not working on no albums. Like, we're gonna work on him.
Because most people think if you keep going and going and going, you won't think about it. You won't go through it. You won't deal with it. My father passed. It's been 9 years. It never gets easy. You just learn how to deal with it. But I just kept going and going and going and going and going. So I understand where you come from. But sometimes you got to be like, okay, I need to. You wonder why you're lashing out. You wonder why people think you're crazy. You wonder why people doing this. But you have no choice. I have 2 siblings. Well, I have 3. But one lived in Florida at the time when my father passed. My 2 siblings are not as vocal as I am. So I didn't have nobody to lean on and talk about it. I had my friends. They couldn't relate.
Right.
My mother could relate because she lost her dad, but it's hard because people really need to go to grief counseling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's not something that you can deal with by yourself, especially when it's a parent and you're close to them, or even if you ain't close to them and you have a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or whatever, that makes it hard too. But a lot of people be like, oh, I'm fine, or I'm whatever, or they, like you said, have people around them that just like, let's just keep going, let's just do this. Because
they want you. They think if you essentially just keep moving, that you'll get better and you'll forget. You can't. Yeah. When I seen in that documentary, I was watching it unfold, and I never once thought the man was crazy or weird. Anytime anybody goes against what everybody else thinking, they're gonna think you weird any fucking way. Right. I seen a person that was so into being great at his craft, he got zoned in. And when you get zoned in, you get tunnel vision. This all you see is right. You don't see all this other shit. I'm pretty sure when that happened, he didn't feel nothing. He was numb. Them shows, that recording, I bet he couldn't tell you right now without looking at his own documentary who was in them rooms doing what they were doing around that time, because you don't know. You so zoned out.
Yo, like I said, only thing I remember from, like, yesterday, I just told you, like, yesterday was the day that she had passed in 2014. I had a breakdown that was like no other. Like, I told this man, yo, I'm fucking losing it. You know what I'm saying? But people think I'm lying when I say, yo, only thing I remember is me putting my suit on, getting in the limo, they closed the casket. That's it. Oh, and Bishop hollered like God should have gave cancer to somebody else, but that's it.
Because your body there, but your mind is.
I don't remember how I got to the limo. They can say I almost passed out. They was like, yo, you was fucking like zoned out. I don't remember none of that shit.
You don't remember nothing.
My girl, like, yo, I was sitting next to you. You don't No, I don't remember none of that shit. Like, I don't. And it was like that for a couple months. Like, I do not know shit that happened. And it's like, yo, like, I be telling, like, I watched that shit. I'm like, yo.
You felt it.
I felt that shit. And I see why shit is leading up now, because now he like, you're trying to push me out of my kid's life. And pushing you out of a kid's life is almost like losing that parent, bro. And you don't know how he dictates his child to his mother. None of that shit.
Like, his kids might be all he's living for.
And
that's all he has left.
Kids bring you peace. My nieces and them bring me peace.
Was North
No, they didn't have children yet.
They have children yet, right? So you don't even know. Like, that could have been one of those conversations. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have a child. We're gonna do it. Like, you don't know those type of things, bro.
Yeah, we don't know the actual. All we seeing is his reaction. And this is the thing. This is the thing that kills me. Right. This is one of the reasons why we started this podcast, and we purposely did all men. It's because it's not too many platforms where men can express themselves, where the opposite sex can really hear how we feel and what in the way that we coming off. Like, they'll assume a certain thing, and the shit that pissed me off is when I seen
therapist.
Right.
But
in
the woman's defense, Men are not as vocal as women.
But we're trying to change that little by little.
Okay.
Because we talk to men, we trying to bring more men on for them to say, yo, it's okay to say how you feel and tell these people what you really want instead of trying to keep everything so much bottled in where it comes out the wrong way. And the thing that pissed me off is when I read day before yesterday, I like his activism work. I like that he's out here doing this work. But the shit that he said about Kanye West, Sean King, I felt was kind of pandering to women. And for me, that's the problem. Not too many men come to other men's defenses when we go through shit because we don't have men's groups. We don't have the LGBT. We don't have Black Lives. We don't have those things. And when you got somebody that's on that level coming out with this long drawn out ass statement, yes, I do agree women need to be protected. Yes, I do agree that black women need to be protected because y'all have gone through so much. But let's look at the action. Everybody is not looking about the action that led up to what he's doing. Right. They just saying him react. But everybody has an opinion. Oh, this is bullying. This is domestic violence online and all. What about Saturday Night Live? What about this man fucking this man's wife? He lucky he didn't fuck him up. He lucky he didn't fuck him up physically because guess what? I'm a billionaire, boy. And if I fuck you up, you're going to want some of that. So I'm going to use my platform to chop your fucking head off the way that I feel as though I need to chop it for you fucking my wife. You're fucking my wife. Period.
That's what people everybody don't understand. And I tell my kids all the time, every action has a reaction, good or bad. So things that you do today can affect your life 4 years from now.
Yeah. That's a fact.
5 years from now. And I keep telling them that so they can make right decisions in the moment. Because people do crazy shit in the moment and they're like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. But now you can't take it back. Yeah. And it's coming back to you.
And I'm going to say this. My fault, brother. I'm going to say this because you and I talked on the ride over here. Having the right friends to give you checks and balances is essential. Instead of having people around you that's just applauding you and telling you what to do. If his inner circle, the people that came up with Kanye that are still around Kanye, the Consequences, the Rhyme Fest, Cootie who did the documentary. If y'all see that, this situation is going to be physically detrimental to Kim, then y'all need to check that. Right. But if he's reacting to a man fucking his wife, that just is what it is. Step in because I'm on the women's side when it comes to this. I know that women have been beat up, they have lost their lives. I get it. I'm on y'all side with that, but I still understand his side of it too. That's what I'm saying. So if his friends around him say, enough is enough, then enough is enough. Right. If they see like, this shit is getting ready to get out of hand, it's getting ready to get physical, you're taking it from your art to the street, then that's when somebody need to step in and say, this shit ain't worth it. This is the mother of your children. We got to still make sure that she's protected even though she's moved on and you moved on. You get what I'm saying? That's where the checks and balances for me comes into play.
Yeah. And that's the way it comes into place for me because I have those friends and I tell people all the time I'm glad I have them because they be like, bitch, get your shit together. Don't do that. And I've been that same friend to people, but a lot of people are not that way. And a lot of people think they have those groups of friends until they get in situations like this.
Because them group of friends be like, let's take that shit to the high.
Right.
Let's take it to the notch.
That just want to go overboard with you. And you sometimes got to be like, oh, I don't know about this. But I don't think I just think because of he is who he is getting blown out of proportion. Because again, if he was a regular average Joe, it wouldn't have been. But I do agree that he is.
We laugh at these videos online every day.
Yeah, we do.
We laugh at them.
But I also have talked to like a friend of mine, like I said before, like I have to speak up when I see certain things happening because I don't want to know my conscience that something happened. And then it's like, Taria, you could have said something. You could have did something. Even if it didn't work, at least I know that I tried to help the situation.
But for me though, it's not even. I don't think it would be as big as it is because of who he is if we didn't say that he was losing his mind prior to this. If we didn't say he needed to get away from those only fuck with black baller type of people and your mother a racist type of shit, I don't like. He is a big person, but look how fast the Jay-Z and Beyonce shit disappeared because they say, all right, like, we're going to make albums of that.
Right.
This the shit. This
they
the
took
shit.
a different route.
Because this the shit. We technically still don't know if the nigga cheated or not. This could have been some shit that they say, you know what, I'm going to drop an album. You right. And she said, yeah, because you should drop it, because I'm going to drop one. And then we're going to drop a double after that.
It was a rollout.
But the shit came as, okay, he fucked with her. He fucked with a Becky with on her head. No Becky came out. No one said, yeah, I did anything with Hov. She dropped Lemonade. He dropped fucking 444. Like, and then next thing you know, they dropped the Carters together. And it was a rollout, so we still really don't know. And it's like, now it's praise. Like, look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. They cheated on each other. Or he cheated on her. And they stick together. Black love. That's all we know. If it was that same thing, would like Kanye didn't have that mental breakdown where he was, oh, everyone's against me. I am God and this and this. We wouldn't be really talking about this shit. It'll be how any other relationship high standard that has a breakup. Only one that was, look at the entanglement. That shit came and left.
Right.
And Will Smith is that nigga.
It's a different situation because communication was there. Communication was between Jada and Will. Communication was
Before
between.
it came out.
Yes.
When it came out, he looked like an asshole though. That's
well, it's hard to communicate when you're in a relationship with a fellow narcissist.
Right, and that's what I'm.
True.
She's a fucking I'm sorry, she's a narcissist.
She is.
And
he is too.
I watched their family grow. I watched her with her sisters and stuff like that. Nothing.
And what's their job title? Like seriously.
The mother
like
and all them, like they have
Beyonce is a singer. Jay-Z is a rapper. Kanye is a rapper and a producer. The Kardashians are fucking what? Their dad was a lawyer.
The dad was a lawyer.
So
their stepfather
was
a fucking murderer.
Their goddaddy. And he was a hell of a running back.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And
now the father.
And this has nothing to do with them
His
having.
other father was an Olympian.
Yeah, he was.
Now he's a bitch.
He's an Olympian. Now
he's a bitch.
Now he's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, and it has nothing to do about their wealth. What do they do?
I don't know.
What do they do? I know she does.
Now,
I know she does activism work now for people in jail.
She was a model at first, right?
All I know is they do models.
Anybody with a fucking camera is a model, yo. Anybody with a fucking camera is a model. I'm a model in my own ugly right.
Yeah, motherfuckers is models now.
You sit on Instagram like angles. You know what I'm saying?
We were just talking about angles.
Angles. Hold up, you on camera like fishless.
Yes.
Come on.
And then this how you know motherfuckers start thinking they models, because then they start posting underneath of that shit like shirt Burberry. Oh, yo, did you see that nigga that was like Sheen belt?
I can't stand you. I can't stand you.
I'm gonna start doing that shit. Shirt Target, drawers Walmart. I'm doing that shit, yo.
Socks downtown Locker Road.
Yo, I'm
only thing on that nigga car shutting the downtown Locker
Road. Yeah. But back to this, right?
Lids.
Back to Kanye's reaction.
I agree with it.
I'm not against it. I keep trying to tell people it's a reason why I'm not a billionaire. God can't have me and Kanye on a planet with $1 billion and the same. Because my level of petty is the same way. If I had that money and them resources, you bought a house over here. I'm buy this whole block.
I'm gonna tell
you see me pull up. I'm right here. You want to play games? I'm right here. He playing on a different level of petty.
I am that petty.
But it's a double-edged sword because he's playing on a level of petty, but it's also because I look at the father side a lot too. Like, he's making sure.
Yeah, my fucking
You're
kids
not going to
is good.
remove me from my children.
Thank you.
And it's showing that, hey, I want to be here. Like,
Let them run across the street.
never. I seen him at the Super Bowl. I seen him. He has never displayed that he will ever hurt or touch his kids any type of way.
Even though he walk around with a mask.
Yeah.
But
And
this
they
ain't the,
walk around-
this
that-
ain't the
they
first
cool.
time an artist of that level walked around.
Right.
Michael Jackson did it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you get tired of the paparazzi.
No.
You get tired of
Mike
this.
did it to get away from paparazzi. This nigga is doing it
But what I'm saying is,
because he wants you to be like, yo.
but the thing is, if you keep talking about me, it's going to keep me relevant.
Right.
So
right.
you
Now
basically
AB
you
doing
give it,
it.
you get and what's happening? He got around Kanye. They doing the same shit. It's a marketing scheme. It's getting me in different rooms for you to view my product, for me to sell you whatever the fuck it is I'm selling you.
That nigga
for you to
Pusha
deal
said,
with.
I'm not wearing no mask because that's a rap.
Because he's not looking for that.
Yeah.
But it's a marketing scheme. But the same thing with the Kardashians. They are great marketers.
They are.
They are. Great. I will give. What's
They
Kris
really are.
Jenner, that's her name.
Pusha.
Utmost respect. But they bring a lot of bullshit to the table that gets
They're
swept
just
under
like
the rug.
any other family. They're just famous.
See, the reason why he's getting so much backlash from them and the people that followed these whores' life since the first Kardashians is because he's telling shit that they don't talk about. How Kris is the fucking one that makes these girls do this shit to these men. How she plays them like a brothel and all that shit. Like, they don't like that
Because
shit.
he got the resources and the
Yeah,
money
because
to
you-
battle her.
Not only that, is he was there. And everybody that was there, they was able to shut him the fuck out. Look at They
Right.
even shut their own fucking son out. She shut Rob out. And he was getting treated dirty by Kim's fucking best friend. Like, I ain't never know a bitch that had so many best friends. You best friends with Lala. You was best friends with China. You was best friends with the other joint.
Whoever hot at the moment gonna be your best friend.
She was best friends with, what's her name, Jordan, the one that was fucking Travis Scott, and that was her sisters, man. Like, all this shit, bro.
To reach that level of your entire family being on the same level like that, socially and financially, is a different level of narcissism, bro. They are willing to do
It
whatever
took
it
a
takes
video.
and fuck over whoever they can fuck over.
It took a video to make the whole family pop.
We keep forgetting that part.
It took a whole nut. That's all I'm gonna say. A whole nut just to make you famous. And then the family became famous.
Yeah. So let me ask you this as a woman. What should Kim do? If you were Kim, what would you do in this situation right now?
I would have a conversation with him. I would just talk to him. And my thing is, you can't have, what's the guy named Pete?
Pete Davidson?
You can't let anybody else come into the situation.
Pete must be a mobster too.
You gotta handle this with care with Kanye, because she's been there with him when his mom died. She's been there with the childbirth. So she's been there with breakdown. So she knows this man furthermore than we do. She knows the man himself. And so she knows, women know the buttons to push. Men do too. But we know what buttons to push. We know what we can get out of you. We know at a certain time you got to sit down and be like, you know what? I don't want to go through this back and forth. You got to think about your children, because your children are going to see this. Your children are going to grow up and replay all of this and then might be mad at you or X, Y, dad did this. Like, you have to. If I was her, I would just have a conversation with him and say, hey, we can work this out. Let's figure this out. I might not want to get back with you, but I want you to be here for your children.
And that's fine too. You know, but sometimes relationships just don't work out.
Yeah, and you might be better at co-parenting.
And I think it's
say that
stupid. I think it's stupid for you, being a person that you are in the limelight that you're in, to immediately jump into another relationship. Take some time.
Everybody heals differently, and their time frame is differently.
Yeah,
And
but
some people,
what I'm saying
because
is,
that's what I
shit
can
makes
say.
it feel for me like they was already fucking with each other.
that's how I feel
it's a
too. And she could do it. But what I'm saying is, and from Pete's perspective, she's still married, bro. You in the limelight and she in the limelight.
He don't care.
But the thing, that's the point, and that's how that's what happens to a lot of shit in the street too, because you fucking with somebody else's woman and then it turns into something else.
And then he played the victim.
You're fucking with somebody else's woman. If you really want her, if you really like her, you'll wait. Let the process happen. Let her go through her divorce. You could be there as a friend, because people ask you in the beginning, like, yo, we sing it. No, it's nothing. It was something. Y'all were hiding the shit. What makes me believe that they've been fucking with each other too. You know what I'm saying? Just take some time. I'm not saying don't fuck with them. Like, yo, take some time. Like, y'all lives are different from everybody else. And everybody else that has some type of comment about what Kanye is doing, you're not looking at it from the perspective of the lifestyle and the way that they live their life in the public eye. That's the whole thing I'm talking about. You looking at it from a 9-to-5 perspective, because Lord knows people that work 9-to-5s are going through the same shit every day, but it's not playing out on social media.
Right?
It's not playing. It's a different level. So even if you are sane, you might go insane if you see the man that you come home to every day and y'all work a regular 9-to-5. Now the whole world see it and you look like you getting played.
Not only that though, I look at shit bigger when I be like. Because we do this media shit. So I'll be looking at shit bigger, right? So, for me, if I'm Kanye West, I would be acting the same way, because just think about this. The timeline. When they go to the Met, they like, oh, people said they weren't together. They go to the Met Gala together looking like fucking ghosts and shit, like shadows. Both looking like shadows. And then she goes on Saturday Night Live 2 weeks after that. Her and Pete Davidson on that bitch are too touchy-feely. Now all of a sudden, this nigga's your friend, and now he's at all these joints. Hold up, bitch. So I thought you just said that it was just the homeboy. You know what I mean? Like, you know that she's a person of celebrity, so no man should be mad if he has your wife has a male friend, because that shit's gonna happen regardless, right?
No matter what field they
right,
in.
No matter yeah. But it's the crazy part that now he's driving you around. The kids, you find out that the kids and them went fucking Halloween trick or treating and shit. Fuck is he taking my kids trick or treating for? And then we don't know what she's saying back to him. She could even hit the target like, you crazy motherfucker. Now I'm a crazy motherfucker. Okay, now I'm gonna show you crazy, and I don't give a fuck with the world.
Exactly. And like you said, she know what buttons to press.
Yeah.
So she knows what triggers him.
Yeah.
And even if he is bipolar, he's mentally low. That doesn't make him crazy.
No.
But you know what buttons to press to trigger that.
Nigga,
so let's stop acting like you're so innocent in this situation. That's the shit that's killing me. It's like everybody's acting like he's the only one wrong in this situation.
He's not, bro.
He's not. Like, he's not doing this just because.
Before I look at him, I'm going to look at her, knowing that she's dealing with what we only say to women, a scorned person, bro. He's scorned. Like, not first, he lost that love, that woman's love, that he can't talk to. He say this shit regularly, even on songs that he was dictating, like, I can't talk to my mama. Like, I can't pick it up. Like, that type of shit. Now, you're trying to leave him at a time where he still needs you.
Right.
But not saying why y'all breaking up. Why are y'all breaking up?
Because
he's the
don't like
only
being with nobody long term anyway. Like I said,
facts,
failed
he's
marriage.
the only person that's fucking lost in the situation.
Once she lose interest, there is no through thick and thin. I'm sorry if any women feel offended about it, but she's on. This is marriage number 3.
That is kind of like all of them.
Marriage number 3.
Yeah, all of
she's not in it for the long
have,
term.
Like passed around and
look what they did. Look what they did to Scott.
And I love Scott.
Look what they did to Scott.
I love Scott.
They turned that motherfucker to a pill popper, bruh.
When he first was on there and whatever, I love Scott.
He was a broker, right?
Yes.
He lost his licenses and all that shit.
He did go through a lot.
Fucking with the one that we thought was quiet. And she was just
but
like
how many people lose themselves when they
get in a relationship
because you love somebody
so much.
I almost lost myself.
Yeah. You do get lost, and that's one thing. Oh my god!
Again, I would allowed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was on that edge.
That also comes with maturity and growth. Most people don't realize they lose themselves until they're already down there.
Facts.
And once you get yourself back, you got to remind yourself, hey, don't do that again. So it's really hard for a lot of people because everybody has lost themselves in a relationship and their children in a job, whatever it may be.
Then he played with Lamar. She would let that man die and then try to say I'm taking him back for TV, bro. And then say, yeah, it's not going to work. And then was fucking James Harden at the same time, bro.
That's the action that leads to the reaction of people. Like people not like it's different, yo.
But my thing is,
and I'm gonna keep saying that family's gonna do whatever it takes for them to look great on TV.
But when their children grow up and do the same things that they do, how are they gonna react?
Kanye gonna be that one that's gonna be on that ass though.
Yeah, most definitely.
Mama's gonna be like,
my thing is, people don't realize, because I keep reminding myself I'm the adult now because I have children and we jump into parenthood and just move. But you got to realize now we the adults and generational, not curses, but generational regular things that happen, you got to break them. And if you're continuing to do it and then your kids come up, you can't, especially in this damn world, the kids are not like us. They not be seen, not heard. They're going to do what you going to do. They're going to say what you say. So you have to parent them differently. But if you parent them like how
you living,
like you living, they're going to think it's okay.
And that's the thing. Like North is old enough now
to be vocal
that she fucking sees
it.
Shit.
Yeah,
she's old enough now to see that my father was this way. Now the motherfucker a puppet, and now he's going crazy. And then she has an Instagram or Twitter.
Kids have questions too.
Twitter or whatever she called TikTok, because that's what he was like. Yo, why she got lipstick on Instagram and TikTok? Like he's one of those. So she has something that she see this shit. And she can read like, yo, your father's crazy, shit like that. You don't know what the fuck we want. And then she's taking it back like, why are you acting like that, Dad? Because the people are saying, we don't know. And then we don't know what Kim is saying to her either. Like, look at your father acting like an asshole. Like, that shit happens. Real life shit.
Not even if it's her mother. It could be your aunts. It could be your grandmother.
Grandmother, definitely the one.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's just real life shit that's playing out right now. It just so happened that these people are high class figures, bro.
That's it. That's all it is, man. And that's what we're gonna leave it. But let me go ahead and get your final thoughts on this. Let me start with the lady.
Shout out to the lady.
The lady get the final thoughts on this.
My final thought is that they just need to have a conversation, and I pray that they do, because at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with them. It's everything. When you have children, I don't never want to say your life stops, but your mental has to change, because you have people watching you when you think they're not watching. And the kids can resent, they can lash out, and especially the younger ones, because they don't know how to verbalize things, you're going to get a lot of backlash. You're going to get biting, kicking, spitting, screaming, all that good stuff.
Crying.
Yeah. And not knowing what's wrong with the child, but not knowing that they're going through what you're feeling and going through.
Emotional withdrawal.
Yeah. So you gotta figure it out, especially when kids are involved. But I think Kanye, like you said, he's reacting from whatever she's been doing over the years and what they've gone through, and they just need to have a conversation and take everybody else out.
Absolutely. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I agree. Like she do have to. I'm not gonna say owe, because you don't really owe anyone anything, but she owes her children that conversation, and not just make it seem like he's reaching out for a conversation, and because the way he's reaching out, that's why I'm not talking to him type shit. Like, you gotta, because I know he probably hit her one like, yo, we need to talk. And she shunned him, and then you going seeing all this shit, and they still making fun of him on Saturday Night Live. So it's a lot of shit that he's going through. So he definitely needs that conversation, not for him, but for y'all children. but also, like, for the people that's not in that life, don't stop talking about what you would have did or what he should do and all this other shit or taking up like the Sean King shit. I was gonna say something earlier, but he probably blocked me again because he finally unblocked me. But I don't think he did. Everything is mental probably. But just like stop. I know we need to protect our women, but we have to stop as a person like thinking that every woman is a fucking victim. Every woman is a victim because there's men out here that are victims, and it's shunned upon if we act like the victim. And Kanye is showing that he's the victim, but it's just the way that he's doing it. People act like it's unnatural. So just get that man a conversation so he can go about his business with his kids, man.
Yeah.
I agree with both of y'all.
And fuck Pete.
Oh, yeah, definitely fuck Pete. He ain't even that funny.
Pete kind of Baltimore type shit.
He ain't even. Well, he ain't going. He can't go to Chicago. No, he can't go to Chicago.
Yeah,
That's
right.
just a wrap. Yeah, but my final thoughts is I agree with both of y'all. They need a conversation, not so much about their relationship, just about how they're going to co-parent these children. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are going to be most affected about it. I just want to see just as much support for Kanye as they have for Kim. Like I said,
yeah.
She's not a victim.
She's not.
She's not a victim. She played a big part in this. Pete Davidson played a big part in this. Kanye played a big part in this. I think they all, without Pete, need to sit down with some person in the middle. Not Chris.
No.
Not Chris at all. Another mediator and try to figure out.
I hate everybody go for him.
Nah, not that either. And try to figure out where they're gonna go from here because everybody public opinion is swaying in different ways, and it's really none of our fucking business. But when you put it on Instagram, you put it on YouTube, you put it on Saturday Night Live, you put it on the news, you're inviting everybody into your bullshit, and you really just swaying whoever likes you more on your side. They're not looking at the facts. We need somebody to sit down, look at the facts, because at the end of the day, the children are the ones that's going to suffer. And that's basically it. That's it for me. Just been another
Uncle
edition.
Kevin Samuel should be the mediator.
Another edition of Imperfect Sense right here on UnifiedRadio.tv. I'm Eric. This is Conway. This is Taria. See? Got it right. Shout out to Andy. Shout out to Flesh. We see y'all the same time, same Unified channel next week. Peace.